It's time to lock in. Season 3 Vanguard and Diablo Immortal is here with new and easier ways to get great boss legendary weapons. I'm having so much fun on the best class in the game, doing massive damage and crowd controlling everything in this new tank and spank boss fight event. Crusaders can be utilized to help your team be successful in Vanguard and have a ton of fun doing it. Hello and welcome, I'm your host Gadd, and today I'll be showing what build I'll be using for this new season 3 of Vanguard. First, a quick overview of the boss, the Glade Bane. This boss is trying to escape the lair, so it moves around the map and summons adds. This boss has 3 phases of attacks at certain thresholds. But what's really cool is that all crowd control skills stagger the boss, stunning it and causing it to take increased damage for 15 seconds. After the Glade Bane is killed, a random Hell Quarry boss will appear. Pretty much all tank and spank, and watch out for the red circles. For this build, I'll go over the skills and legendaries, Paragon, green set, and charms. Timestamps will be in the description below. Skills and legendaries. Judgment. On the shoulders, Yawning Rose to activate Trial by Fire. Judgment now causes bolts of fire to fall continuously in the area around you, striking random locations once every 0.5 seconds, and burning enemies. Taking a look at the detail of the skill menu, at base 70k damage over 2 seconds. Condemn. On the chest, act Retribution to activate Valor's Retribution. Condemn now buffs you for 6 seconds, causing your primary attacks to unleash a lightning bolt at your target, dealing damage to all nearby enemies. Next, the cream of the crop on the offhand 1, Parental Refrain. Condemn continuous damage on targets it hits, causing them to take the remaining damage instantly. Basically, all damage over time debuffs will do instant damage for their total duration on the targets. Holy Banner. For the helm, Errant Ignition. To activate Standard of Flames, Holy Banner now mounts a Standard of Flames to your back that bolsters their primary attacks all nearby allies to burn enemies. Shield Glare. On the offhand 2, Lofty Light. To activate Glare of Justice. Shield Glare now puts you in an area of radiant justice that automatically attacks all nearby enemies, dealing damage and blinding them for 3 seconds once every 5 seconds. And on the pants, Sightless Chose, making Shield Glare deal increased damage to enemies the closer they are, up to a max of 38%. The blinded damage on the Glade Bane will cause it to stagger faster, putting it into a down state. Once the Bane is stunned, it will take increased damage for 15 seconds. Punish. This is my choice for primary attacks, for DPS and the ultimate. I recommend Sacred Fire for better DPS. It's your choice, really. Using the Observer on the main hand 1, enemies struck by Punish take increased damage from sequential hits for 2 seconds, stacking up to a max of 57%, making attacks done to the target take increased damage over time to a max. And on the main hand 2, the Wretch Splitter. Punish now applies a wanted mark for 3 seconds, increasing the movement speed of you and your allies by 28% while moving towards an enemy with the wanted mark. Using this for the Awaken bonus damage for Punish and speed buff to maintain DPS on the boss while moving. Counteracting Storm for Punish Ultimate. Enhancing Punish for 12 seconds, striking all enemies in front of you, increasing the damage per hit and increasing its block chance bonus. Also getting a shield that absorbs damage equal to 20% of your maximum life for 5 seconds. This ultimate procs Observer damage bonus on the target hit, but at the time of this video it does not apply wanted mark from Wretch Splitter. Paragon. For the Paragon, I found just pure damage increase is best for tank and spank bosses, so I recommend using the Slinger Paragon, equipping Unseen Diasma and Gifted. Getting a stack of Unseen Diasma as you hit enemies with the primary attack or skills increases your damage by 5% every stack, up to a max of 15 stacks. Bloodthirst. Using a skill while in combat increases the damage you deal to monsters by 1% per stack up to 5 times, but all stacks are removed when you take damage. Fury. Using a skill while in combat increases your critical hit chance by 5% per stack up to 5 times, but also stacks are removed when you take damage. Superiority. Bloodthirsty and Fury now stack up to 10 times. Legendary Paragon I recommend Death's Release. When damage over time effects expire, they explode, dealing 30% of their total damage to all nearby enemies once every 10 seconds. If you're struggling to stay alive during the boss encounters, I recommend running the Survivor Paragon and running all defensive skills, giving you a cheat death with an indestructible and damage reduction with unyielding. If you're having a hard time avoiding damage, I recommend turning off your team skills visual effect by going to the settings, interface, scrolling down to the bottom. You can choose to turn off your teammate's skill effect if there's just too much going on. Green sets. For the green set bonus, I have a few recommendations, and at the time of this video, I'll be working on more green sets for Vanguard. Starting with 4-piece aimants. Duration of additional ignite status is increased by 30%, and a 15% chance of attaching an ignite status to an enemy when doing damage with primary attacks or skills, dealing damage over 3 seconds, up to a max of 3. You can see these stacks above the targets. 2-piece Vestige to increase the duration of all beneficial effects on you and your party members by 30%. 2-piece Feasting Baron, increasing the duration of harmful effects by 30%. Damage over time effect durations on enemies will be extended, increasing the overall damage when turned to a frame proc and blind duration duration is increased from Lofty Light. This green set works well for all PvE content in Diablo Immortal. Another recommendation for Vanguard: if you're a team player, 6-piece Vestige Urge. Using beneficial effects on you and your party members will increase the attack speed by 30%, also creating an area effect for 12 seconds that grants a life drain to you and any party members within the area once every 40 seconds. This is great for healing your party members and strategizing around not running a heal charm. And 2-piece Baron. Charms. For the charms recommendations, I would focus on the Blight Orb from Bane to summon an orb that increases the damage enemies take. Aegis, the defense charm for shielding you and your teammates, would work well with the legendary Paragon skill, Shock Barrier. There are a few new charms that were added in the update, but these 2 S tier I highly recommend to focus on. Pro tip: when starting your Vanguard from the beginning, uncheck the reward box before completing level 1 and 2, and check the box when doing level 3 Vanguard. This makes it to where you don't waste any attempts on getting low level charms. Level 3 is then farmable till you get a level 8 to 10 charm to have a chance at completing level 4 Vanguard. As you can see, even with our level 6 charms, we were somewhat close to doing 4, but just not enough damage to complete it yet.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Alright, this Vanguard Crusader build is truly amazing and fun for this event. The new legendary essence for Shield Glare, Lofty Light, is going to be a must-have for this event, with its 100% uptime blinding while damaging all nearby enemies. They should add a stagger bar or break bar on the Glade Bane to see how beneficial crowd control is. Using Judgment from the Yawning Rose, burning dots doing massive damage with Condemn triggering every hit thanks to Torrential Refrain. Seems to work as well for AoE damage. The chest piece, Heart of Grandeur, to activate lightning in the bottle seems to work as well for AoE damage, but I noticed a huge spike damage with the Essence combo, Retribute, and the Observer having 100% uptime DPS, all the pew pew. Well, that's it for today's video. If you try this build out, make sure you save it to your armory. Thank you so much for watching. Good luck on leveling your charms and getting boss legendary weapons. Thank you all for the love on the videos and in game. I really appreciate you all. Cheers to you. If you have any questions, leave a comment down below, message me in game or on Discord. I will have a link down in the information below. Good luck and have fun. See you next time. Take care.